Are they allowed more steps before they get called a travel?
No one's allowed more than LeBron. He gets like 9.
Okay. Oh,
Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Suburbs are a Ponzi scheme.
This is like a high school project that you did, and then you were like, you know what? This makes so much sense. I'm a big fan of Mike Sweeney. And I was like, it sounds like you guys are saying Mike Sweeney, right? Not Mike Sweeney.
You have a nice stride. I don't think you have to worry about that.
You take care of it like someone that has no friends.
No, I didn't know about that.
I mean, you best friends with your lawn, bro.
I am. I got a lot of
You
product.
do that?
Let's get it. Absolutely not. Oh boy.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of That's How You Feel.
How we get into it.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, or share and review.
Yeah.
If you have not already, we appreciate all the love and support as well as all the great comments that we get, especially all the hate on Caleb in the comment section. Loving
I'm here
it.
for it all. I don't care about that.
This week we have 2 special guests. One of them, actually both of them have been mentioned on the podcast before. And one of them has been on before, so you may recognize him. So that is Mr. Ben Lyon over here. You may recognize him. He shaved his beard, though, and has this weird stash thing. I'm just kidding. And then the other one is one of the coolest people I know, Mr. James. Not his last name, or otherwise known as Jimothy, because I do want to also plug, he also has his own podcast, which is great for the topic that we're talking about today. You guys are going to school me on sports. You guys thought I didn't know much about Harry Potter? Whew, man, you're in for it. But you have a podcast that's called the W Sports Podcast.
That's true.
It is with Tubby and Jimothy.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And you guys, typically it's Mondays, right?
So it's almost always been on Sundays, but this week we're literally going to 4 smaller episodes on Friday, Saturday, and then Monday and Tuesday. So,
nice. And the best way to watch it is via YouTube.
Yeah, just go to YouTube. Yeah, or just Google search the W Sports Podcast. You'll find it somewhere, wherever you watch the podcast.
Awesome. Insert the whoosh W Sports Podcast. So,
Julia looked at you like, yeah, no kidding, idiot.
Joey, can you give
Listen, Caleb does that all the time.
She's like the all-star.
I never give Julia instructions on what to do.
Didn't you last time?
Every 5 seconds.
Can we move on? Like, what? I mean, what are we?
But anyways, go show his podcast some love, especially if you're into sports, because
they may not be.
No, but seriously, like you guys have some amazing content.
I appreciate it.
Content related to sports. I know you guys dive deep into pretty much all sports.
Yeah, a lot. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about it all.
Yeah. Anyways,
poker,
water polo.
I mean, we could if you join the comment
Darts.
section, we will. Yeah.
Okay.
You just say, hey, what about the World Series of Poker? Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it.
All right, then. Can you introduce James?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Where were you for the last 45 seconds?
So he's talking about some extra
Oh,
fluff.
my bad.
Yeah.
So James is also an avid KC lover. I actually kind of want to do an episode.
I'm representing St. Louis, but yes, I do love Kansas City.
Yeah, so are you a Cardinals fan or Royals?
Yeah. When you grow up where I did, you don't think about the Royals because they were terrible.
That's true. Yeah.
So I was always a Cardinals fan. My family was always a Cardinals fan. So they're terrible this year. So
So he's not originally from here.
Used to it.
His wife was on our episode about Harry Potter, Stephanie. That is his lovely bride.
That's true.
And so this is her other half. So they are newer within the last 3 years to KC. Live in a really cool loft downtown. Not loft. Is it loft?
Yeah, it is legit loft, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's super into sports. I want to say basketball is your favorite.
Probably baseball and football are the favorites. Basketball, I love it, but it's just I like to play it now. At this point, the game has just changed too much.
Okay.
So.
Like, what league are you currently in right now? Like, aren't you in? Is it a
Softball
kickball league or a softball league?
Softball league. I can't do kickball. It's just I want to kick this stuff.
They have kickball leagues?
No, we're just
yeah, they do.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
I haven't played kickball since kindergarten.
Yeah.
When I got picked last in gym class.
You wind up for that kick like Charlie Brown, and
Bro,
it never goes
put
as far as you
everything
think.
You got into kickball.
Everyone catches the ball. It's terrible.
I love taking kickball seriously as an adult. It's so much fun.
So
Yeah.
softball though.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. Play downtown. It's got a great view.
Also, he makes a mean bowl of cereal. And
Do you put your milk
mac
in
and cheese.
No.
Okay, good.
No, you can't do that. But yeah, the mac and cheese, the secret is just follow the box recipe and then just have patience.
Hot take, which kind?
I think the one we get is Annie's. It's the white one, the white cheddar. It's
Okay.
really good.
So what about Kraft and Velveeta?
That's fine. That's
Like
what
which
I had
one
when
would
I
you
was-
choose before?
Right.
He gets the bougie brand.
It was Velveeta before
Okay.
I met Steph.
The shells and cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
learned that I'm not taking any food recommendations from him.
What are you talking about? I don't eat any of that anymore.
You eat mac and cheese out of a box.
Oh
I don't
no,
care
anymore.
about
he
what
also
you got
eats
to
the
say.
same thing. Is
That's
it
true.
every single day? Is it breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Okay, so it's the same 3 meals pretty much every day.
Yeah.
I'm
Different
into that.
breakfast, different lunch, different. But you do that too. Like you're
Yeah,
fine.
I'm into that, but the
Yeah.
fact that you eat macaroni,
I
and
don't
cheese out of a
anymore. But
box.
if I had company over and that's what they wanted, I could make it pretty well. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, we eat mac and cheese out of the box, but my
fine.
wife's got some dietary restrictions, so we get like the box of like chickpea shells and like dairy free cheese. It's terrible. Sorry,
Oh,
sweetie.
okay.
I haven't had the heart to tell you in person.
Actually,
but
I will. Caleb
It's
did
really
make
bad.
a dairy-free, gluten-free mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. What, 2 years ago, and it was actually good. So
oh, I'm sure it was, but like the stuff out of the box is.
no, I know, but you might hit him up for like a good recipe, so you can have some good mac and cheese.
There you go.
Yeah, or follow the box.
We like mac and cheese and like chicken strips. Like that's a go-to for us. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
All right. What's some comments from the previous episode?
I got nothing for you.
I texted them to you, fool.
Did you?
Yes.
This ain't my phone.
Okay.
This is my burner phone.
I guess I'll carry the whole episode then.
Now you know how it feels. I thought it was funny. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. So this actually comes from the episode that Ben was on. We got 3 comments, all from that episode. So the first one, the answer is already yes, unfortunately. Comes from the Jared Prindle. It says, "Is Caleb the longest running guest on Levi's podcast?" So I thought that was
awesome.
good. That
I was in
really
the room when he typed that comment.
That's
Oh, were you
funny.
really?
I was plugging the episode, and so I was
That's
like, I got a
funny.
comment.
More harping on Caleb.
I'm happy to be a guest on this show.
This comes from Taylor Dykeman, 5242. Said Caleb is the kids who saved all his money in the 7th grade to buy a leather jacket and wore it every single day until there was no jacket left.
It's not wrong.
Well, and what I thought of is I literally in middle school got a leather jacket. I wore that as it was like until it was flaking off, and then I was
Kind of
like,
have to.
yeah. I was like, oh, I guess I shouldn't
Wear
wear this
well.
anymore. So,
I'm all right with that.
and the last
Thank
one
you, Taylor.
comes from Ben's dad, the Big Rock Legacy
Oh,
2248.
That is my dad. Ooh.
Yeah, he
name.
says, I don't play video games. I made it all the way through, Ben's dad. And then in parentheses says he still owes me for the shoes.
Yes. No. That debt got repaid. No.
You need to call your dad.
No.
I mean,
That debt got repaid.
Take this
Should I
conversation offline and go ahead and call your dad.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. Be like,
so
no.
he bought, when he was 12, some fake Yeezys.
Oh yeah.
He thought they were real.
Thought they were real.
Okay.
Tried to flip them.
Found out they were not, and he paid $400 for them. Actually, his dad did, because he
Oh,
convinced
man.
his dad he could
$400.
resell them.
How old were you when you?
Like 12.
Yeah, and he was already
Wow.
into
But
like,
I know for a fact that got repaid. But
I mean, your dad said it hasn't.
it is a
so.
pretty. It's a pretty good comment.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to question of the day. Question of the day.
No.
What you got, Caleb?
All right, we're going to rank these 5 chips. We got nacho cheese Doritos, regular Cheetos, Funyuns, chili cheese Fritos, and sour cream and onion Ruffles.
Before we get in the answers, you know what's funny? We always rank food in this thing.
That's true.
Well, look at us. Like, what do you think we doing in our spare time?
Well, don't look on that side of the screen.
Running around,
I
man.
know. All right. So if you guys have your phones, you can pull them out and
They
see,
brought
and
us
see
on
the
for the
list.
sports.
But you just got a bunch of chips that are going to give you stinky breath.
Why
So-
are barbecue chips and dill pickle chips not on this list?
So go ahead and rank these 5 chips.
First
Nacho
off,
cheese
I don't think dill
Doritos,
pickles is a common chip. I mean, they're not bad,
At
but
the gas station.
Cheetos, Funyuns, chili cheese Fritos, sour
Is it
cream and
usually
onion
like
Ruffles.
bottom, like worst one top or top down? I would do the chili cheese Fritos. That's dead last.
I agree.
You're never gonna eat
I
those.
did-
No one's choosing that.
Actually, a hot take. I don't like Cheetos. I'm not a big Cheetos guy.
Hurts my heart.
No, I'm not.
They're better than.
I
some
think.
of
So
them.
I think
Funyuns
Cheetos
is 4.
I will
Cheetos
tell
4.
you on the chili cheese Fritos. So when I go out marketing to my facilities,
not a big
if I
chip
have
guy.
those are the first chips that are gone. Like everyone loves them.
It's
I
the best
don't.
Frito.
I don't.
But that's not saying much.
Okay, if we're having chili, that's a good point.
You know.
Okay.
Even on chili, I just like to have the regular Fritos.
Yeah, on chili, that's like the regular Fritos are like better than.
I'm
chili
just not a
cheese
big
Fritos.
chip person. Like how I eat my chip, my wife hates me for this. Like when I go to like Jimmy John's or something, I get chips and stuff. I crunch them up in the bag, and then
Just eating chip dust.
I do that
Yes,
sometimes so you can
because I don't have nasty fingers and
Yeah.
like I don't like want to get anything around on my jacket and whatnot. Like it's just cleaner,
I'm just
and I can eat more chips at one time. But I'm
Okay.
not a big chip person.
I think the
Really not.
default number one would probably have to be the Doritos Nachos cheese.
Agreed.
Just because it's your basic. Everyone's happy with it. It's like the
Yep.
chilies of chips. Everyone can
Yep.
choose it and be okay with it. Right?
Okay.
Just saying. And I would put Cheetos probably at second. I'm not probably gonna eat them. The sour cream and onion chips third, and then fourth Funyuns, and then fifth would be the chili cheese ones. Those are nasty. That's just one.
That's
interesting.
Yeah, that's
fine.
that's a fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't care. I don't like it, but I'm gonna let you have it.
So
'Cause
you
I-
putting chili cheese at top?
Brother.
That is chili cheese Fritos were like as a kid. That was like my number one favorite chip.
See, I never honestly. It was the twisted, like tangy, like the
Yeah, honey barbecue.
yeah.
That's honey barbecue Fritos.
So mine is actually Cheetos, number one.
I think this new diet you are on is like messing with your taste buds all across the board.
He just has no
Drinks,
taste. He has no
food.
taste in general.
Go on.
Nacho cheese, number two. Doritos. Funyuns, number three. Sour cream and onion. Although I feel like it should have been sour cream and cheddar. And then chili cheese Fritos.
I do love the Ruffles though. Any Ruffle flavor is very good.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next question.
You didn't answer.
I don't want to.
It's because it's like the inverse. It's like chili cheese.
I'm gonna guess yours. Chili cheese Fritos.
There you go.
Then he's gonna have probably.
Funyuns.
No, I think that's number three for him.
No, we'll put Funyuns last.
Wow.
Yeah, Funyuns are last.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm gonna do the chili cheese Fritos, the sour cream and onion Ruffle, then give me the Doritos, then give me the Cheetos, and then give me the Funyuns.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah, and James, you're right. They're all gonna give you.
Do you like-
horrible
And you were
flavors.
Do you
complaining-
like hot Cheetos?
and you were telling Stephanie
I
and
do.
Trina
Are you a
Yeah.
they
Takis
couldn't bring
person?
chips to your cookout.
Yeah, they can't. They're bringing those pita chips. Oh,
Nobody can bring chips to your cookout with
Bro,
your
pita
nasty
chips
stuff.
Let's move on. One gotta go forever. You got wings, pizza, tacos, and pasta. One's gotta go.
You ain't gonna like
This
my
isn't
answer.
even hard. It's
not
pasta.
hard.
It's not
That's
even
the wrong
it's
answer.
Not even
Wrong
hard.
answer.
No, pasta. Okay, first of all, what do you think pizza is? It's literally just like a.
Dude, you eat
Baked-
pasta with chicken all the time. You just said you have macaroni and cheese.
I'm not
That's
saying
that's pasta.
I
pasta.
agree with you, but out of the three,
Four.
out of the four, it's the easiest one. And let's be real here. I mean,
Everyone
flats
who thinks
all-
he's
all the
wrong,
way.
raise your hands.
What was the question? Oh yeah,
Easy.
Oh, sorry, man.
Now, okay, but you said it's not even easy. It's not even hard. But then you said immediately after, he's like, no, that's the wrong answer.
That's the wrong answer. I would probably say pizza of all of them. I'm not going to choose pizza. I would choose
Interesting.
any of the other three all the time.
Okay.
But
I would
you
eat
would
pizza.
you would get rid of pizza though.
Yeah, I'm not going to choose to eat pizza.
So I
But
think that one's the wrong one.
See, you're not gonna like my answer.
I think that one's the wrong one too.
right one.
Mine's wings instantly.
Oh,
I knew you weren't
break
gonna.
my
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Because you can still have other types of chicken.
Well,
But
that's a good one.
I mean, tacos. I'm not getting
So
rid
you're
of.
also getting rid of wings. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. y'all
Pasta
breaking my heart.
can I'll eat all day. Pizza, you can never go wrong with pizza.
Caleb, are you a drumstick or flat guy?
I like flats.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Flats are best.
Now I'm getting rid of tacos.
I called it.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Tacos don't hit for me. Like
You need to have Stephanie make you some tacos.
Yeah, or we could just show you some really good places in Kansas City to go have some great tacos.
I just like I've had good tacos, but like my
What's
favorite
your favorite
tacos are
spot?
like usually ones that are made by like authentic like Mexican or like literally
Yeah.
like Latino people, because they have like it's like usually like 2 corn tortillas with like just meat and onion
Just she made those like 2 days ago.
and like cilantro, and that's
you
it.
Mexican?
Those are
Are you really? Edit that out, please. That sounds
No,
so
that's
racist.
staying in.
but, like,
Again, we have a live
I'm
studio
so sorry.
audience, folks.
Are you? I didn't know that. That's so cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Shut up. All right. What's up?
Well, so
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I also didn't clock that. That's fine. I'm just. I mean, now
Y'all
that you
must not
said
be
it, I'm like,
real
"Oh, yeah, I
friends."
see it.
you
But
knew her maiden name, then you know.
What's your maiden
what was the
name?
maiden name?
Oh, that checks out. Her brother's actually the starting second baseman, so
Ben's getting canceled after this episode.
Apparently.
That
So what is Would you say is your favorite?
Actually, your bro, like, there's an MJ Melendez.
That's so funny.
It's true. We legit tried to go to Miranda's Taco Truck, which is just off Southwest Boulevard. Yesterday it was closed, I guess, for the holiday. I don't know. But it's really great tacos.
Okay.
And they're very inexpensive. But there's a lot of great places, too. Like Tacos El Gallo's down there, too. And so.
Have you ever been to San Antonio's? It's like it's a gas station, but they make. I mean, they even have like pig head in the counter and everything.
Ooh.
So yeah, like because I rarely ever get like
at.
authentic Mexican
Yeah.
tacos, which
And it's
I
authentic.
love. I don't really.
You
like.
don't.
No, I do. It's over.
I would
it's
like
over,
the tacos in this photo. I would love to have
Independence Ave.
these.
Yeah.
Like I've never had like good tacos.
Yeah, off the Paseo exit, right by the
Yes, and
Casey
they have
Curran
like
Stadium.
very
Tacos.
authentic. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know what that place was. Okay, my bad.
There's so many conversations.
Hey, when you drive Uber, you like kind of like
That's true.
these
Yeah.
kind of weird places you find.
All right, next question. So, by a serious error in paperwork, you're a part of the starting five of an NBA team, and you're in for at least one quarter. How many points are you getting?
Come on, man.
I don't know if I'm getting any points, but I think I'm getting a shot off. I'm getting shots off.
You're getting shots.
Here's my problem. This is hard for me to answer because I've played with professional basketball players before, and I can compete.
Humble brag.
I don't know. I don't know what else.
These are facts.
Hey, first of all, calm down.
Look, I know it's
Just give a number, man.
I don't think I could score. I don't think I would score, but I think I could get a shot off and I'd miss. But
2 points. I cherry picked.
I respect that.
I'm 5'11".
I get a garbage
that's awesome.
offensive rebound and put back right there. Just
I'll tell you right now, I ain't getting none. But I'm leading that quarter in assists. I'm passing all day. Don't even like you passing the ball right back to you. Hey, nah, this is all you, buddy.
You would see me back at, like trying to catch my breath by the time they made the goal, and then same. I'd just be in the middle of the court the whole time.
Can you make a layup? Like right now, like we can go to a court and you could like dribble down and just lay it up.
It may not be the prettiest
Levi
layup
is
you'll
the
ever
guy
see.
that they pull out from the crowd to do the in between quarter
like
contests.
Mike is what I thought
just
of.
won $50,000 because he made the shot.
So you could make a layup.
See it?
Yeah, I played basketball.
I'm out.
Okay, there's another.
It would
question
not
that's
be like the most correct form of a layup, but I can make a layup.
I think you should cut right now to a scene where Levi's doing a layup.
Oh, we're doing that. That's got to happen. We got to do that within the next week.
my ankle's really twisted.
No, come on, man.
He's like, I think I
Gotta play through the pain.
tore my bicep.
We're gonna go out to Drum Farm. We're gonna film that real quick.
Okay.
That's happening. Okay, I got another question for you. So, and this is for y'all. So, you get 20 free throw shots, 20 shots at the free throw line. If you make 5, you get 10 million. But if you don't make any, you go to jail for 20 years.
Bro, stop it.
I just
That
gotta
is
make
the
one?
easiest deal
You gotta make 5.
ever.
Oh, I had to make 5.
5 out of 20?
You got 20 shots.
I feel like I could do that.
Cut to.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that video with the kid who says, "Hey, Dad, real fast," and like throws the ball, and the lady's like, "That kid is gonna be," and then she throws it back, and
Yeah.
So you can make 5 free throws out
Okay.
of 20
Okay.
shots.
Okay.
If you would have
It's
said
not.
3
That's 25%. Like, I mean, Shaq can do that.
I don't think I could. I wouldn't take the chance. I'm like, no, I'm gonna just sit out.
I mean, if Gel was on the line, that's a
20
little-
year of jail. We're not just talking about jail.
20 years.
20 years in jail.
I wouldn't.
But
do it for
$10
that.
million.
Yeah, but I mean, if I made 4 and I'm on shot 19,
Lock me up. I'm done. I just don't even want to shoot to give it a shot. Not making it.
listen, I was not.
No, I'd take
Made
that.
for
I
jail.
would take that. I would do it.
All right, you're offered $1 million, but for 5 years you can only eat foods that start with the letter C.
Yes.
Chipotle. There we go. All right.
Oh, I didn't put that down on my list.
Chicken.
Wow.
Chicken.
Yeah, no, I think I can make it
cereal.
work.
Cucumbers.
Celery,
Cereal.
cucumbers, carrots, cold pizza, crispy
That
tacos.
does not
I don't think I don't think adjectives can count for the food.
I think they do.
Thank you.
I
Thank
checked.
you.
They
But
do.
like if
The
you,
judges have come in, and
but
it's-
like could you do cow? Like so all beef gets entered because it's technically cow.
well, when
No.
you get served a burger, do you say, "This
The
is
cow
a
is
great
the living
cow"?
thing. The cow is the living thing.
Take
okay.
the cow meat.
All right, but yeah, chicken all day. Yeah,
I think we can make it work.
see. I would miss eggs though.
Now, if it was cow tongue, I feel like that's a because
Nope, that's tongue.
no, but when you go to buy it, it's cow tongue or cow hooves.
It's tongue. Cow is the adjective in that.
See how dumb our questions are
Hey, the
compared to
judges
yours.
said adjectives count.
I did.
Oh, that's fair. Okay,
the
that's right. He
judge.
did
They
say
did.
that. That's
They
true.
did.
That's true.
Although I will say, for 5 years is a little much.
Yeah, it's a long time
It's
like to limit like a lot of things
Caleb,
you can't eat.
have ranch.
I'd be fine without ranch.
Ranch
That's
count.
crazy. But could you have blue cheese?
Caesar salad.
Problem solved.
I'm not eating Caesar salad anyway though, but still. But yeah,
like
chicken,
anchovies.
cereal.
You could have Chipotle ranch, dude. Problem solved. I'm just telling you.
Daddy. That was it.
You just called it
I didn't call him daddy. I was just
mean-
saying daddy.
the way.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Can we get a rewind of that?
Problem solved. I'm just telling you.
Daddy.
You said
Instant
"Oh,
replay.
daddy."
Can we call him to the booth? Challenge flag.
I don't care. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that.
James is just saying Chipotle multiple times.
That is your favorite place to eat.
Not
Outside
necessarily.
of-
Is it?
I mean, in immediate closeness to work, sure.
Well, but I feel like
not
anytime
Whataburger anymore?
I guess I've only
Ah,
ever
no.
seen you eat
Dude, that Chipotle though over there is.
It's not good.
It's
I would go to the
one
one. I would
on
go to
the-
the one 10 minutes away.
All right. Well, we actually brought some sports enthusiasts on the show today because you're gonna see me wearing a jersey, and I'm not a fair weather fan. I am a fan, but I do not know as much as y'all do. I'll just
What does a fair weather fan mean?
like so
You like them when they're good?
basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sweet.
are you a fair
He
weather
likes
fan?
the Patriots for the last
He
25
doesn't.
years.
You know, hot take. He doesn't like the Chiefs out of spite.
I did not. Yeah.
I'm a bandwagon fan. Like
You
I,
don't
who's
like
your
the
team right
Chiefs.
the Chiefs, because like that's
Anyone
the
that
team.
beats the Chiefs.
No. So, okay, I grew up. I grew up in a Chiefs household. Like my dad rooted for the Chiefs, and he was the guy that literally stood in front of the TV, shouted at the TV, jumped up and down, and it annoyed me. So I hated Sundays when the football was on. So I, like my mother, to get under my dad's skin, we would root against the Chiefs just to make him mad. And that has just transpired into my adulthood, where I just
That explains so much.
like to root against the
Explains
Chiefs.
so much about all the way you act.
And so, like, honestly,
you
now,
are.
like, when any football game or any sports game comes on, I'm like, I hope they both lose, both sides. I don't care. I just
Sports.
I will watch.
I
Chiefs
do like to
football and
watch
stuff
them.
like that, but I like to be in person. I'm sorry.
I'm a
Getting
Chiefs
choked
fan.
up.
by
You're getting
marriage.
emotional.
I
about
am
it?
very emotional. I mean, obviously being live in front of a
Oh,
game
yeah.
is 10 times better. But yeah, anyways, it's enough about me. It's really, we brought you guys on. to
I'm a
talk
Chiefs fan by
sports.
marriage. I
Let's,
tell
let's,
people that.
like in sports in general, though, what sport would you never want to compete in?
Hockey because of the sticks.
That's a good point.
What
Because
does
you'd
sticks
be
got to do
like
with anything?
dribbling the puck or whatever it's called, moving the puck, and then someone else been be over here just like slapping my stick with like, I was just dude, you gotta stop. Like, and then,
and then
it would
there's
just
penalties
I'd
called
ruin the whole
slashing
thing.
where you get hit with the stick.
Like
that
in
would
the,
hurt.
in the shins.
I don't want to need that.
First of all, you're heavily padded in
It's
hockey.
no,
No,
it's the,
the
irritation
goalie
thing.
is
It's like
padded,
just- yeah.
but like
good point.
they're not padded on
just
their
be
shins
so-
and stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Are they padded on their
Yes.
shins and
Yeah,
hockey?
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of padding. Although I don't know if there's professional athletes that get less praise for how skilled they are than hockey players.
It's true.
Like they are impressive.
I mean, the fights are my favorite part.
Absolutely.
For me, it's MMA. I wouldn't want to be an MMA fighter just because, like, even if I'm
yeah.
great at like MMA, like the
that's a
press,
sport.
it's a sport.
kinda
It's
looks
an
like gay-
athletic event.
I count it as a sport.
Okay, that's fine.
Because
a
like
sport.
for,
Just
for
like
me, like
WWE.
even if I'm like a great fighter, like the stare down, like the press leading up, where you got to talk down about your opponent, and then like you got to like do the weigh in, and then this, like I've watched those on like YouTube. I'm like that part is you're so uncomfortably close, and you got to like look intimidated. I would be standing there like.
Who's the fighter that was like gets out of the fight and was like, my balls is hot?
Was that
He kinda looks like him.
Patty?
No,
Um,
no.
But yeah, so just like for that reason, and I don't ever want to get hit. I've never been hit.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what that feels like because I feel like if I ever got hit, I think I would start crying immediately. Like I've never been punched. and I just feel like I would start crying.
I think you'd have.
Ooh,
give
if
us a
we're
little
gonna
bit
do
more
a
credit.
video
Adrenaline.
on me shooting, but I can punch
you
you.
want to punch me.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Problem solved.
All right, there we go.
I
Cut to the clip.
Like I just feel like in the first ding, and I got hit. Like it would hurt, and I'd cry out of embarrassment.
I put MMA, UFC, boxing kind of all in one, just because again, I don't really feel like getting hit is a fun way to. Literally, that's the
bowling.
purpose of those. Bowling.
Why, dude?
No, because here's the thing: is that like you're a professional athlete, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm a professional bowler. Like that's not cool. That's not sexy. Like
Talk to their
if I gotta
wives.
be a-
I
get to sit down
a
between
professional bowler
turns,
comments.
man. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, there's not a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
Hey, you think they're getting fanned out though? You think professional bowlers are walking around like, oh my god, it's Dave Barry? Like,
I think for people like that's a niche. Niche.
I made up a name.
Oh, okay.
I made up a name, but you think like bowlers
fan.
are like out like going, oh gosh, I can't go out in public anymore.
I feel like if you were a professional bowler, like anybody is, they're probably telling you that they are one, and I don't know. If
It's
you
like
I was on
the people that
ESPN
go to
yesterday.
the people go to CrossFit.
Hey, I was on ESPN The Ocho last night.
Yeah.
Nah, guys, I can't go out tomorrow. I got a game. You're bowling. Come on, let's go.
I mean, I haven't been in a bowling league. They get pretty serious.
I know they do.
They're pretty fun. So I wrote this question, one specifically because I know your podcast. You talk a lot about statistics and like drafts and stuff like that. But how well do you know sports / what do you typically geek out when it comes statistically to sports? I'm going to pass the buck to you because unless we're talking about WWE,
Not a sport. Not a sport.
hey,
Sorry.
it is a sport.
Entertainment.
Sports entertainment.
It's more like a movie.
What are you gonna geek out about?
I geek out about baseball statistics.
Okay.
Yeah, baseball is my first love. And do you vote for All Stars?
Not anymore. No,
Okay, I'm still weird and do.
that's fine.
And I know. Thank you. Like I don't.
Way to support the cause.
Thank
man.
you. But like I was going through like all these people. Growing up, big Cardinals fan too. Okay,
Yes, you should be.
so like I grew up on guys like Pujols and all these guys, and so I did not know how much of a statistical outlier guys like he was. I could 330 home runs, 100 RBIs, take it to the bank, write the check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know why you're laughing about this. For the record, Pujols did this 10 straight years.
10 straight years. Like,
Yes.
And then
And-
I'm looking, my point about bringing up the All-Star voting is that, like, I'm looking at these averages and, like, I'm like, you guys suck. Like, but it's because the way I grew up, my mind
different.
is skewed on what is good. Now, I guess baseball's changed a little bit with,
It has changed a little bit,
average
yeah.
and, hitting for average more than.
Would you like to know why I was laughing?
Go ahead.
Jared Prindle has he had a bobblehead of Mike Sweeney on his dresser.
Yeah.
And one day, we have this friend named Scott who walks into his room. We're all in his room, and Scott says, "Oh, so you got Mike Sweeney up there?" And Jared's like, "Yeah, I love Mike Sweeney." He's like, "Oh, why do you have Mike Sweeney though? You could have had anybody else." And he's like, I'm a big fan of Mike Sweeney." And I'm like, you know, it sounds like you guys are saying Mike Sweeney, right? Not Mike Sweeney.
Big fan of Mike Sweeney.
And all you said that triggered that was baseball. And I was like, huh, Mike Sweeney. Sent me off.
Can you name 5 other baseball players?
Of the current Royals, like
Anything. Just
I can
5.
name 10 baseball players.
Okay.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to dignify this. Can they be, do they have to be active?
Preferably.
Dang. Active ball players right now? Shoot, Salvador Perez. That's one.
Hey, do you know? I know where he lives.
Wow.
That's creepy.
No, because my boss lives right next to him, and I'm not gonna say what area, but
Good
Ooh.
call.
he was actually having a
Bobby
cookout
Witt
up there.
Jr.
Nice.
Is Whit Merrifield still playing?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Whit Merrifield still playing.
Oh, Royals.
Gosh, yeah, I can
dude,
only
this
name.
is
probably-
sad. And we went to a baseball game last year together.
Sure did.
For my
Saw
bad.
Bobby
You
Witt
just went to a
Jr.
baseball game.
Saw Bobby Witt Jr. there. I can't name any more active players. I'm sorry. I could name
It just
several.
was funny
like,
that baseball triggered the one story, and I was like, I don't think he.
but yeah, Cal Ripken, Ken Griffey, Mike Trout.
Derek
He's
Jeter.
active. He's just hurt.
Trout's active?
He is.
I mean, he's on the
hurt.
IR. He's hurt.
I thought he was been done.
I did too.
His back's done.
His body has betrayed him.
Yeah, there's
Unfortunately.
other players.
Gosh, what a
Billy
could've been.
Butler. I loved Billy Butler when he played for the Royals.
Oh yeah.
Overrated.
Billy Butler was like a guy you can go get like a sandwich
Did
with.
you say overrated?
Oh, it's so overrated.
I
He's one
do-
of the
I
worst
do
DHs
agree.
I've ever seen.
I
Not
do
worse,
agree.
he's terrible.
I liked him
Not
off
terrible.
the field. Like I liked him. Like
Yeah, he's a great person.
yeah.
Yeah, I think personality is what got him like so hyped.
Fan
but
favorite.
He was
Mustakas,
over-
Hosmer,
Yeah.
He's naming all
Madison
the World
Baumgartner.
Series.
That was one of my favorite pitchers.
Mad Bum.
I loved him. Cueto. I liked Cueto when he played.
What was the pitcher? Oh, I know his name. I think it was Alex something that left the Royals because we sucked, and then when he left, we actually ended up like becoming good.
Are you talking about Zach Greinke?
That guy.
Shohei Ohtani.
His name is not Alex.
Yeah.
But you're
And
on the
then
right
he
path.
ended up doing like not good after that, right?
Well, he had some. Yeah, he did okay, but he did end up having. He's had a really great career
Good.
overall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
He
for
will
you,
be a
Zach.
Hall of Famer.
Alex, Zach.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. So I think baseball is the one sport that stats mean more than anything else.
Yeah.
If
Really?
I asked you the question, we probably all know the answer. Who scored the most points in NBA history?
LeBron.
Okay. Yeah. LeBron. Who scored second?
Oh, LeBron.
Kareem.
Okay.
It was third.
I was gonna say Wilt Chamberlain. Never mind.
See,
Karl Malone.
okay, but if I asked
Michael Jordan.
I think it's Karl Malone.
It's Carmelo. I think Michael.
But we're not going to know the number. You don't even know how many points they average. You're not going to know how many rebounds. But in baseball, you know how many home runs. Like, you know that those magic numbers. The big
Yeah.
round ones are like 500, 600, 700. Yeah.
RBIs.
You know the 2,000 RBIs is an insane number, and you're never going to see that again. 300 is a beautiful batting average. All these things.
Yeah, that's a
that's the
good
one
point.
that you have to geek out about. Football, it's different because there was this time period where there's 14 regular season games, and then that changed to 16.
Yeah.
And so now it's 17, and they want to go to 18. So all these yearly records don't matter, right?
Yeah.
I
don't
think
matter.
we
But
should
I
trade
mean-
seats, Levi, with them. Like I think they should be here, and like we should be over there. And
Just saying.
just,
I
just-
completely,
my
no,
wife-
hang on. I completely agree with that. Like, that is a phenomenal take.
Oh, I think you meant switching seats.
That too, but that is a phenomenal take because that's totally true. Because I
I'd
think
say-
in basketball, I look at points per game, rebounds per game, nothing else. Like the totals are, I can't tell you how many points LeBron has or Kareem.
So
but
answer me this: in baseball, all the statistics, do they go from season to season, or do they
There's
all
career, and then there's individual seasons.
time? Okay, because I know like football.
Yeah.
I guess that's the same thing, career
Yeah.
and individual
Yeah.
seasons.
what is
'cause-
John Cena's career record?
well, I mean, he
Undefeated.
is tied for having 16 world championships. If he gets one
That's
more,
a
he'll break the
lot.
record. And so we're hoping in
Who
his
holds that
retirement
record?
tour, which is this next year, that he wins his next one. Ric Flair and him are tied. Yeah.
You can't break up that duo.
No.
It's just-
Oh, yes, you can. Ric Flair needs
just
to
like get two
go, and
claps
John
and
Cena
Ric Flair?
needs to get that one over. Anyways, I could talk about WWE a lot, but because football, I feel like, is another one where statistics matter a lot.
They do.
But they just change. Like, you're going to see a lot of this is kind of what's going on with the WNBA right now is that they're playing in a couple extra games or like 44
Finally,
games
yeah.
this year. And so, like, you're seeing all these records being broken. It's like, well, there's 3 or 4 more games. And same thing with adding the NFL game. Like, you're going to see some of these records, these passing records, these rushing records fall just due to, well, and the nature of the game, how it's being played right now as an offensive-minded league.
Okay. So random thing. You just mentioned WNBA. Who's your rookie of the year?
It's
Caitlin
Caitlin
Clark.
Clark.
I'm wrong. It's Angel Reese.
Is yours Angel Reese? Okay.
Absolutely
Reese.
dominating. Like, and I get it. Caitlin Clark is about a
I feel like
team
they're neck
above
and neck.
500 for the first time in 5 years, and that's saying something because Indiana was trash. And she's great, and she's gonna have a great career too. But under the radar, she has just done just something different, like rebounding, full team. I mean, it's insane.
I
will. Okay, but while we're on the WNBA, are they allowed more steps before they get called a travel?
Then the NBA, no one's allowed more than LeBron. He gets like 9.
Okay. Okay.
Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. He's not even saying anything. Dude,
I'm not.
Do they
gonna
let the
justify
rules
this with
kind
an
of slide
answer.
for him a little
if
bit?
anybody
I'm
wants
not.
to question it, go YouTube worst travels in NBA and then put whatever season you want, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Look, all I'm saying is I've seen some passes to like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and they are carrying that ball, like almost like this up to the rim.
Is
And I'm
it
just
2
like,
or 3 steps?
It's 3.
3. Okay.
They're
I
allowed
thought
to
it was-
gather and then 2 steps.
Okay.
that gather is
The gather step is because that's the NBA rule is different than college and high school.
I will say I am liking that WNBA is becoming in the light a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I know Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have been at the
Big reason
forefront
why.
of that. Not that there's a ton of amazing players in the
Asia
WNBA.
Wilson.
Yes. Did not know her name.
She's the best player.
What was
Camilla Cardoso.
Yeah, I mean, I think Caitlin Clark is driving all that. And
She
but
she
here,
is.
but here, hang on. But we've had a lot of great WNBA players that have never come out before her and have
Yes.
never moved the needle like her. I think a big reason why is the Magic and Bird effect. She's got a rival.
Yeah.
It is Caitlin Clark, and then who's that next
got
person?
the Indiana-
Who's the
yeah,
next
there you go.
person you mentioned? Angel Reese. You know, it's that
well,
rivalry
and
that
for
is
her
kinda-
in college it started.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're-
she was breaking all the records.
Oh,
at her
100%.
school. And
Yeah.
was Angel Reese? I don't think she. And I'm not.
She was
but I'm just saying at her specific school, she happened to be breaking those records.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, their most recent like game that they played was like one of the highest sold ticket games ever. Like
and Caitlin Clark drops like 27 and 11 or something like that. And look, I think there's a case. I
think there's
I
valid
would
po-
also make the case that Caitlin Clark has the MVP right now.
No.
I would make the case that them two together is what have driven it. I don't think it. I honestly don't think it's one over the other because both have outs. And obviously I've not watched all the games, but from all the TikToks I've seen,
I think it is predominantly Caitlin Clark, simply because her rise was happening before they kind of got into it in the national title game. Like she was starting to drive everything, and then when Angel Reese comes on and in the national title game, and there's that whole controversy and all that, or controversy or whatever you want to call it, that kind of added some jet fuel to it and made it skyrocket some more. But again, this goes back to my point of there has been other great players.
Oh, yeah. It's more
You
than
know,
just one.
Breanna Stewart coming out of UConn and a bunch of these other players that did not bring, kind of to light the.
well, and I'll be honest,
Women's
I heard
sports.
of Angel Reese before I heard of Caitlin Clark.
Really interesting.
Yes. And the LSU team. And then it was Iowa where she was, correct?
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
Yeah,
I didn't
I-
want to say incorrect.
Disclaimer: I am an Iowa homer, so.
Oh my!
I'm
You
from
just
Iowa.
throwing
Look,
that underneath the, Oh wow! it was
Look,
weird.
I feel like I'm fairly objective in that.
Sure.
Jim's
Well,
like,
okay,
sure. I
sure.
don't believe you,
Yeah.
but sure.
If he's on the fence, he's gonna fall
so
away.
we have both.
Look, I just
Just so we have both sides of the case. What was your reasoning on Angel Reese?
She's just the amount of doubles consecutive. I mean, she's like obviously.
Oh, it's impressive. I'm not lying.
What Caitlin Clark is doing is incredible, and her team is worse overall going into the season. I'm just saying, Angel Reese doesn't get enough credit for what she's doing.
I agree.
So I think down the line, Caitlin Clark's more likely to win the MVP too. Rookie of the year is not the same, but
Yeah.
so I'm too.
Like I said, I like that there's more talk about WNBA.
How big of a travesty was it that they got left off the Olympic team? Both of them.
I mean, they played so much basketball. I mean, the team still won gold.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but
I think
they
it's because it
missed
was
a
their rookie
tidal
year.
wave.
I think that's my guess. It's because it was the rookie year.
It doesn't matter. Like
I mean,
They could have been on the team.
The
100%,
WNBA
but
All Stars did beat the Olympic team.
point proven.
But-
The lowest rated sporting event that was watched was a women's basketball game over there in Paris.
It wasn't Australian breakdancing.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Well, Reagan. No, if you would have put those two, they drive numbers. Like their regular season games.
I think the
Do better
Olympics is not
numbers.
about numbers, though.
That's true.
I think
And
that's what you're
also,
gonna
But if we're talking about bringing eyeballs to the sport,
But
I
again,
don't feel like Olympics
WNBA
have
is,
ever been
but
big
not the
on
Olympics.
basketball. Like basketball's there and people watch it, but I don't feel like Olympics are like when people think the Olympics, they don't think, oh, I can't wait to see that basketball game. They think of the swimming. They think of
track and field.
Yeah, track and field,
I agree with you.
gymnastics. And so, I mean, and the basketball falls later in the Olympics, schedule. And so I feel
I don't know. I think it was a missed opportunity to ride that tidal wave of you have two, specifically Caitlin Clark, but also Angel Reese, bringing these two people in, these two superstars, and riding that tidal wave of viewership to bring eyeballs into women's sports. I think they missed a big opportunity with it. Like, there are definitely people that just, and I understand that making the Olympic team is, you get political, like it gets, like you can
There's
go
a
back
layer of that to it.
right?
But
you have like the top like 8 people, and then after that, it's kind of like.
But even for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they just played a full collegiate season. Then they get drafted and they go immediately into preseason and then they go immediately to the regular season. Even for them, I think it was even better that they didn't have to do it or they didn't get asked to do it and felt the pressure to do it because
that's true.
They just need to rest. And thank goodness they did because the season is longer this year, like you mentioned before, and their teams are competitive, so they might make the playoffs. It's just give them some rest. Like they'll make the next team. Both of them will be on the team. And maybe they'll dominate even more, and they'll say, I should have had an extra one.
And we still won gold, so.
We still won gold.
Oh, but that was a given. I kind of feel
Actually, no, I think it was in the air at one point.
No, the women's I don't think was. The men's was a little bit more of.
Yeah. So I will say, to preface this, we want to hear your thoughts on it, about WNBA, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, but also respectable thoughts. I'm just going to put that out there because I do hate the hate that either side of them get because the Caitlin Clark fans or the Angel Reese fans. So let's be respectable. They are phenomenal players. There's no reason to be hating. Anyways, sorry. Next question. He's asleep over there. So
you
what?
ever sit so still you can feel gravity?
That's his
I don't
sport.
think so.
What's your favorite sport to play? I know what yours is right
Caleb's.
now.
What's mine?
Pickleball.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was honestly not thinking about pickleball
Currently?
Well, yeah, but also I like to play basketball. Like I'm not good, but I love to play it.
I mean, yeah.
I also love some kickball, some baseball, softball. Again, I'm not good, but basketball's number one. Pickleball, pickleball, obviously, but if it's not that,
He literally just
No,
bought
obviously.
a
got the
legit.
set now?
Yeah, he has a legit pickleball shirt
I didn't know.
and paddle and bag. And I'm not talking about like something
I
you
bought a
get on
pickleball paddle
Amazon.
this weekend.
You should get a pickleball shirt that's sponsored by this podcast. That'd be incredible for
Bro,
awareness.
Yes.
Incredible for your pickleball rep. I'm just saying.
Can you make custom? I bet you could
think you
customize
can.
some paddles.
I'm not gonna customize some paddles, but I'll definitely get a THYF shirt.
Oh man.
I mean, we're getting the wrapped cars, so might as well get a shirt.
All right. So, what's your favorite sport to play?
I think the hardest one to play once you become an adult, like actually get to play, is baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball, softball, like whatever that activity looks like. You can pick up a football, play 3-on-3 or something like that. You just can't play baseball unless you have like 20 people. So that one.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to play.
And you're in a softball league, right? How long have you been in this league?
I joined as a sub late last fall, and then I just play.
Because it was
on
it
my
your wife's team?
Yeah.
Okay.
She plays third base on a slow pitch softball co-ed
Hot
team.
corner.
So I don't understand why she wants to do that to herself, but she does. She's got a cannon. I'm just saying.
Okay. Has she always played? Like, did she play softball? And
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't
I'm
third base
asking
where
you
put
as
the
if
best
she's
player?
not.
She's here.
It's
Freaking
just
A-Rod over
live
there.
studio audience.
Yeah.
Isn't third base where, like one of the more like athletic spots? Like you have
hot
to be
corner.
able to like.
People don't want to play that position. She's like, I want it.
All right. That's what's
I mean,
up.
hey. What about you, Ben?
Pickleball and disc golf are really fun.
Not a
Didn't
sport.
see either of those options coming out of his mouth.
Really? Dude, no,
I thought
dude,
he
I'm
was
a
saying
big
like
disc
basketball or
golfer.
something.
I'm a big disc
Okay.
golfer. We just
He
got
is
back.
huge on disc
Me and
golf.
my buddy, we just got back from Virginia and watched the World Tournament.
Okay.
Oh,
My
they,
bu- I
they have a
buddy.
world tournament.
He designed a course over in Shawnee Mission.
What course?
Wolf Creek. I
Shawnee
think,
Mission?
something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd love
He did that.
to.
Yeah, go play. Yeah.
I would love to.
He goes to church.
Out here with us? Bro, stop it.
I'm not kidding.
Put me in touch.
Okay, so you
We're
were
gonna talk about that
talking
later.
about how bowling people don't, do you think they think they're famous? You just geeked out over disc golf.
Yeah, no, 100%. I understand
channel was the
I understand the hypocrisy. I'm very well aware. But
I've never played one for the fact that I feel like I would be absolutely terrible. I mean, throwing a frisbee and trying to hit the.
I don't like to play basketball anymore. just because like
You suck.
now, yeah.
Okay.
Doubt that.
Like that's the thing is like my mind. I want to do things that I can no longer do, and I get frustrated when I can't do them.
Just wait. You're young.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. Like even when when I play pickleball, like and I'll go for a ball, and my knee's like, nah, we're not doing that. I'm like, it sucks.
Yeah, mine would be pickleball. I really have. I don't play it a lot, but I want to play it more.
I'm in the league.
So much
I
fun.
love it. Yeah.
Are you actually?
Mm-hmm. We play on Sunday nights.
Nice.
It's nice. I love it.
Yep.
Sunday nights.
Eventually, we're going to be in a league together.
With a THYF.
Yeah,
It
the
will
jerseys.
be. Well, the team's THYF, so.
It's gonna be great.
Next question.
What's the next question?
Favorite sport to actually just watch. Like there's ones to play, but what's your favorite? Like what do you like to watch? And I'm gonna say like live. Like
Okay,
physically
that's
be
what I
at
was going to
the-
ask.
Ooh.
Like physically be in the room.
Bro, hockey's got to be out there.
I hate hockey. I hate watching
Hockey's
hockey.
Really fun in person.
It's fun when they get in
baseball's
fights,
great
but
in person. I love baseball.
I hate watching hockey live. I can't see the puck. I'm like, I don't even know.
Really?
I it's so hard to see it. I
Oh,
can't
interesting.
follow it.
But hockey doesn't stop, which is nice. And
Yeah.
and it's not like
And neither does soccer.
But soccer's slower and it doesn't stop. Hockey is constantly going and doesn't really stop. So that's what I'm saying.
If they played soccer, like,
have,
in
like,
the
line
size of like a
changes,
hockey
yeah.
rink, that'd be awesome.
see, I love watching soccer live.
Yeah, soccer's.
I'm sure I've never been, but I'm sure it'd be really fun.
Soccer's great live.
My family's not a big soccer family, and so like I don't enjoy it. Like I don't know a whole lot, but I'm sure I would like enjoy it in person. Like not hating on it, but
Not even close. It's baseball if you're in the right atmosphere.
Yeah,
I think
I
100%.
I actually love to watch baseball live. The problem, what I hate about it is when I'm with people that want to talk, because I just want to like lock in and like watch baseball, but then
This
ding
man fell
dong over
asleep
here
at
is
the
like,
game
hey,
we
so
went
what
to
have you been
last
doing?
year?
I'm
I
like,
don't want to hear this.
like, just can I watch the
I've
game?
noticed throughout all these podcasts, you just don't like people to talk to you.
Well, yeah,
Good point.
Yeah, it's.
hush forever. Like nobody talk. Like
But
we're
yeah,
do-
you started a podcast.
To talk to you,
yeah, but if we're like at a baseball game, don't talk to me. I'm trying to watch the game.
What? So
we barely talk when we go to a game. Like we do talk, but it's very like limited in an appropriate fashion. Like, we're
Like
just-
if there's an inning change or if there's something like okay, but like while he's pitching, be quiet.
have you been to multiple stadiums?
Yes.
Because I personally would love to go to every single stadium.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite stadium?
Busch
you've been?
Stadium.
Busch.
But that's only probably because I have not been to Yankee Stadium, and I know new Yankee Stadium, old Yankee Stadium. But the Cardinals played the Yankees this last weekend in Yankees, and the actual baseball fan like buy-in is incredible. And I think it's a tragedy the baseball buy-in that we have because the team has been so bad and the ownership hasn't invested in the players over decades. Like I get that's part of it here, but we are missing out on something so special when it comes to baseball. We have a top 3 player in the baseball world in Bobby Witt, and we get 16,000 fans. You go to a place like Busch Stadium that seats 45,000, and when they're at least competitive, not average, they sell that place out over 40,000 fans all the time.
Yeah.
And they're so knowledgeable.
Did you
There's a buzz in the stand.
did you see the announced attendance at the White Sox game last week?
That team, if they
17
yeah.
was the announced attendance.
That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
I wouldn't.
There were more players on the team.
There were more players on that roster than there were fans.
So even though St. Louis is close, I have never been to the Busch
should.
Stadium.
Busch
and
is great.
That's one I really want to go to.
they have a whole
been
district.
by it. I've walked
great, yeah.
around it, but I've never actually been to a game there.
Yeah, downtown St. Louis is really nice.
Right.
Yeah. Before you said live, you're gonna hate me for this answer, but you guys might too. I love watching curling, especially like winter.
What are you talking about?
Winter Olympics.
I get that, but live? Where did you watch this live?
No, I said before you said live.
Oh, okay.
So he
Yeah.
can watch it on TV.
It was on my list.
Do you also watch cornhole?
Levi's like, this is
No.
riveting.
bags?
No, not cornhole. I just love curling, and I wanted to mention that on the sports podcast.
All right.
So
Curling and WWE.
That's,
I've seen like basketball like live, like
how-
some, like
that's
the
how my wife
OKC
got-
Thunder play.
she was like,
I don't care for that live or honestly football live, because usually like if it's like on TV, like you hear the announcer like saying stats all the entire game and it's very informative. Like when it's live, I'm just like, I don't really know.
see,
I can't watch
love
basketball anymore.
Football live. Love football live. I'm just
Football's fun live, yeah.
Yeah, the atmosphere, especially if you tailgate before.
I've never tailgated.
Really?
Nothing.
That doesn't surprise me.
Same.
You never tailgated? All right.
What? You don't want anybody to talk to you? What do you think you do at the majority of a tailgate?
I'm calling it now. We're going to the Chiefs game this season. We're going to tailgate before.
All right.
We're gonna.
Should we do a live pod from there?
Mark it down,
Brother, what great idea.
What is your favorite sports team?
Yeah, I
St. Louis
think it's the
Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals. No.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Mine's the Chiefs.
The Utah Jazz.
Wait, you just making that up?
Name one player on the Utah Jazz.
Karl Malone.
He's been retired for a very long time.
John Stockton.
Same with him.
Carl
What's your
Malone played
favorite
no four.
sport? Well, do you have a favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team right
KC
now?
Current.
I love the Kansas City Current. That's actually true. KC Current right there. Favorite sports team. KC, baby.
I saw them in an airport
Fake.
once.
But, like,
You're such a faker.
nah,
seen their
I do
games.
love.
You're
legit.
Yeah, because of his wife.
His wife
I-
has season tickets.
That's what I'm saying. His wife is a true fan. You're just a faker.
Nah, I'm all about the KC Current. But if I had to pick like another team, like a NBA team, Golden State.
Ugh. Oof. That's unfortunate, but it's all right.
Who's your NBA team?
Phoenix. Love Steve Nash growing up. Still love
Really?
Phoenix, and
Okay,
they're
fair
never going to
enough.
win a championship, so it's whatever.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Katie's the greatest plug and play guy, but
Oh my gosh.
You
I
didn't
hate
ask
Kevin
my
Durant.
favorite NBA team.
the Roman
is it?
Reigns team.
Clippers.
No, I actually do have one, but it's not because of actual basketball. Lakers.
Oh.
Just because when I was growing up, that was the big team,
Yeah,
and
go
so I
Kobe.
never watched it live. And I was like, I'm a Lakers fan.
I respect that.
So, you
Kobe.
Actually, I don't
Kobe.
respect that at all. But.
what is, in your opinion, what's the dumbest sport? You kind of mentioned.
I feel like I had an answer for that.
I don't feel like define dumb. Like
Mine was kind of funny just because of recent. Again,
I got it.
Curling.
No, I got it.
no, Australian breakdancing was mine. Mainly just
again
breakdancing.
not a sport.
Well, and that's what I'm so
Competition.
confused at how that was an Olympic sport. In
It's
general.
not.
It was so every Olympics they actually have like a tested out category, and so every host city can always decide what they want to put in there, and breakdancing was one of them. So I would say it's more of like a competition, not really a sport.
Yeah.
Like, have you
I
seen
think
like
it's-
legit breakdancers though? They're very good.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Whatever that one lady did, God bless her heart.
Ray gun. My wife wants to be here for Halloween.
that would be
hilarious.
Please do it.
least favorite sport. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Dumb.
Or like
Thing?
dumbass.
Savannah Bananas.
Bro, really? You would not want to go to a game?
Never. It's Harlem Globetrotters, but baseball, and I don't like Harlem Globetrotters either.
At least you're
Play the
consistent.
game.
At least you're consistent.
I mean,
It's
At
so
least you're
annoying.
consistent.
see, I
I don't
heartbreaking.
have kids either. If I had kids, sure, they probably love it. They'd probably.
I think it kind of looks fun. I think you should go. I want to go one
I'm
time.
not paying that ticket.
but
be
like,
fun.
like he said, him and his wife don't really speak at baseball games, so they're in it.
No,
So
but
he's not going
I'm
to
with
watch
him.
people
I'm with him.
dancing
I
and
am
stuff.
100% with him on that.
Okay.
I'm. It's surprising. I'm
I felt
a
like
little
you
shocked
were.
at that. Since
I felt like
know
you were
love
against
baseball
him,
so
so I
much.
was
That's not
trying.
baseball, man.
I agree with you that it's not, but it's like kind of like I don't know. It's
That's
just
the get off my lawn.
It's like
rant.
SNL baseball.
yeah.
I do. love this.
Gosh, what is curling? I don't know.
He's actually played curling and he hates it.
Can you? Is it called playing curling?
He curled.
Bobsledding.
Watch your mouth.
That one's pretty cool. I don't know. why
It
you
is
don't
really
like that
cool,
one.
but
They
I
have
don't
a
know. Like I'm
movie.
trying to find something.
Watch
I
your
don't
mouth.
really know. I try
Cool
to.
runnings.
Water polo.
I'm honestly
Feel the
said
rhythm.
bowling
Feel the
earlier
rhythm.
was one that you were harping on.
I don't think, but again, I think professional. I think everybody that's a professional athlete in their sport is very impressive.
Not the bowler.
No, I think the bowler is
just
kidding.
impressive because I mean I couldn't do it. Like that's impressive. Like someone that can master a craft like that, it's impressive.
Okay.
I want to ask them what their favorite sports memory is.
Well, I was gonna say mine because that's. Well, mine's dumb. What's your favorite sports memory? Oh, I do
go
have a
ahead.
good one.
Do
Okay.
this one.
Okay. 2011 Game 6 World Series.
Ah.
Greatest baseball game World Series.
My-
event.
Were you there?
No, but I watched. I was in
Okay.
Who was in that?
St. Louis versus the Rangers.
Rangers. David Freese, baby.
Twice they came back. It was incredible. To
Were
force a
they?
Game
What
7.
stadium were they in?
Busch Stadium.
Okay.
And they try to say that the greatest World Series, like the one that was better, was the Cubs versus the Indians a couple
Stop
years
it.
later. Now the Guardians. Not even close. Not even close.
My parents went to one of the games in San Antonio.
And what?
One of the World Series games that year. I want to say.
Oh, when it was the Cubs.
Rangers.
Cardinals versus the
Rangers.
In
Yeah.
2011?
Yeah.
They went, but it was
in Arlington.
but
Yeah.
they stayed in San Antonio and they drove up for the game.
Makes sense.
So that's why I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best
Ben,
memory of all time.
favorite sports memory.
Mine also is a Cardinals memory. It is the 2006 World Series. Don't have very much memory of it, but
Good one, though.
it's my first sports memory, and that's why it's my favorite. And so I remember. Shut up! I know.
That is so wild.
I remember like where we were. We were in my uncle's living room watching the game. I remember Yachty jumping in Wainwright's arms and that whole scene. Like that's the scene I remember. And then I remember turning around to my dad and saying, "Hey, we won." Like, but so that was like my first like sports memory, and so it's like my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
What's your dumb one you got?
Well, I'm not going to actually say that one because I actually have a legit one. No, it was stupid. It was about me playing middle school basketball.
That's not dumb.
That's the one I want to hear.
It's really dumb. You don't want to hear it.
Well,
It was literally I was on the B team,
there you go.
but I got to start one game. The
What
second
sport is
half,
this?
basketball.
All right.
Because they had put me in the first quarter, and I don't know what happened to me. I think flubber got on my shoes, but I was
Michael's secret
I mean,
stuff.
I was making points, making assists, and they're like, "You're going to start the second half," and that was like, I felt like I made it at that moment. I was,
You did.
you know,
Levi peaked in middle school.
It was also the game that my biological dad was supposed to come to. He didn't show up, of course. But sorry, man.
It's a bummer.
It's
No.
a bummer.
Hey,
a bummer.
he's good at consistency.
Sheesh.
I'm really sorry, that was a little bad. But my
That's
actual
such a good
favorite.
memory, though. I like that.
See how that was anyway, dumb. But my favorite sports memory. I don't know the exact game, but it was the first year that we were going to the Super Bowl, and it was the year that like we played. I want to say the Texans first, and like we were so behind and came back. So it was the game right before we made it to the Super Bowl, the final
AFC title game.
Yes, and it was at Arrowhead, and me, my friend at the time, my stepdad Ron, and his friend, we all went to that game, and it was the coolest experience. One, because when they won, like the confetti poured. Like I remember them getting the trophy and getting to be there with Ron because that was a huge moment for him too. So like I have pictures, like it was the coolest thing.
That's awesome.
And I want to say they even started that game losing, and we're like, and then
I think so.
boom, they picked it up, and it was just, it was incredible.
It was a great one.
Yeah.
Great one.
What's yours,
That's a
Caleb?
great one. I have two. And the first one I'm gonna say it doesn't count because I don't really remember what was going on. It was like Jordan's last year, like, and it was the Bulls versus the Jazz, and it was like a championship game.
Oh, we're talking about his like Bulls
We're not
years.
talking about Wizards.
Oh, okay, yeah, because apparently that doesn't never counts when
It should.
Never do. So it was Bulls and Jazz. Karl
Well,
Malone is
salty about
playing,
it.
Stockton's playing, Jordan, and I remember that championship game. I didn't see 1 second of the actual game because I was in the basement eating Rotel dip, and I was like, "This is so good. I love this Rotel dip," and I just kept hearing Jordan in the back. And I was like, "Oh," like I knew that the Bulls were playing. I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is probably like a big moment," but I was just all about this Rotel dip.
And that's your favorite sport? One of your favorite
That's one of my
sports, man?
favorite sports. I was at my boy Quinn's house eating Rotel dip in the basement.
Shout out, Quinn.
Yeah. But my other, like, the more legit one is the 2015 Game 7 World Series.
Makes sense. Too.
Royals versus, I think it was San Francisco.
No, it was the,
Mets.
Giants.
Is it-
No, the Giants won
we
in 14. They lost. They beat the Mets. Didn't they?
Was it Toronto? We beat Toronto in the
Are you
World
talking
Series?
about the World Series?
No.
No.
That's
It
World
was
Series.
Mets and the Giants.
Yeah, okay, Giants then. Yeah, San Francisco Giants, yeah.
They lost the Giants in 14.
Who did we beat
But then
in
we
15?
beat them again.
Mets.
It
It was the Mets?
Yeah.
I thought it was
We're
Toronto.
gonna Google this.
I'm pretty positive about this.
No, yeah, I would trust you. Anyway, so yeah, I remember watching that game 7, and it was like I don't know,
Mets.
it was late at night. My ex had gone to bed already, and I'm watching the game on like with the volumes like on 2, and I'm just like, whew. And like I remember like the last out, he catches the ball, and I'm like, yes. And my ex comes out of the bedroom. What are you doing? We just won the World Series. You woke me up. I'm sorry. So like, I couldn't even like really celebrate the win, but I was so excited. But yeah, great memory. I've never gone to any like celebration parade though. Like when the Chiefs have won, like the big parades, when the Royals win.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people.
I will say
If you don't like being talked to, then don't go.
Honestly,
because everybody's
Wait, I thought
friendly
you
there.
went to the Royals one with Joel. So
No.
I will say the Royals one was the best out of all of them.
Well, they hadn't won it ever.
They had it, and that was
Ever.
like our first one in Kansas City, you know, since this generation's been alive. I went to the Royals, and I've been to the Chiefs, I want to say twice.
Went to the second Chiefs one.
I won't go back at this point. I've seen it. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's a lot of people. You lose cell service, and just,
Yeah.
And plus,
You
people
can't
are
see
stupid.
anybody either.
Yeah.
Like you can't actually see the stage. You
Yeah.
can't.
And that's where we always camped out. So
Yeah,
we
why are
never
you gonna-
camped out on the parade route.
Brand, yeah, no.
But yeah, no, it was really cool. And again, like, I'm glad I went to the Royals one. Glad I went to the the Chiefs one was cold, but we were out there. We were on, you know, the fountain at Union Station.
Yeah.
We were on the center circle.
Yeah.
So
You might have been able to see a little bit more.
yeah, we could.
Yeah. But once you go once, you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, but we kind of to switch subjects a little bit. But we were talking about pickleball, and so obviously in the last few years there's been this rise in love for pickleball. A lot of more people playing pickleball. What's your guys' thought? Do you guys think it's overrated at this point, or how do you feel?
I don't think it's overrated. It definitely shouldn't be an Olympic sport because I know that's
You don't think so?
no, God no.
Oh, I think it. I think.
Okay, here's my thing. I love golf. Golf should not be an Olympic sport.
Is
There-
it a sport?
Yeah.
An Olympic?
If badminton's a sport, you can throw pickleball. I'm cool with it.
Tennis is in the
Yeah,
Olympics.
I'm cool with it.
Breakdancing. Well, I'm just kidding.
Say
back to
breakdancing one
Look.
more time.
I think there's a reason why pickleball has gotten so big. It's because games don't take too long and it's not as snooty as tennis.
That's probably true.
I
like it.
Pickleball's the Happy Gilmore of tennis.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's why it's gotten so big. And no, it shouldn't be an Olympic sport. Although I'm kind of a small track and field.
Do you think disc golf should be?
No.
Okay, good.
Almost got him on that one.
That's the dumbest sport. That's the one I was trying to. I was like, I thought of a sport that I thought was stupid, and I forgot what it was, so I said curling, but no.
You're just jealous you can't do it.
Yeah.
So the last question I'm gonna pull, just because I'm interested to see your guys' takes on it, and then if there's any other questions you want to ask, go ahead for it. So I know in Kansas City specifically, there's been a lot of talk about the stadiums,
hoping you'd ask
kind
this
of where
question.
they were. What?
I was hoping you'd ask this
Yes.
question.
What question?
Well, I'm asking it. So there's been, obviously they had a proposal to move the Royal Stadium downtown, and revamp Arrowhead Stadium or Geha Field, whatever. Yeah.
Arrowhead.
Geehaw.
They actually want you to pronounce it Geha.
Really?
If you go on the tour, Arrowhead, that's what they say. It's Geha, just for the record. But yes. Anyway,
I have a medical director. His last name is Geha, spelled the same way. So
I was so confused. Like, I knew exactly what you meant, but I've never heard anybody say anything else. Other than
So what?
GHA.
But what's your guys' thoughts on either a stadium downtown or the whole
I'll throw this one to James.
situation?
Okay, so baseball is the one sport where you need to have. I'm looking right at the camera because this is important. You need to be downtown because it's so much
I
of
agree with
that. That's where the history is, and baseball is a sport about history. Whether people like it or not, it's a sport about history. I think the campaign was one of the worst campaigns I've ever seen for anything in my life.
Yes.
I live in that area, and there was maybe 3 posters and 2 ads I saw. That is it. And I think, for the record, as my conspiracy theory, is that it was done on purpose because they actually don't want to have the Royals in the spot that it is now, and they want to take it over on the Kansas side. That's my conspiracy theory. But I will say,
We should
Stephanie-
explore that. That's a solid
I have a lot-
theory, man.
I've heard rumors that Kansas is trying over by Lake Legends.
They're
Correct.
about
and
this
for the record,
racetrack.
Atlanta Braves has done that, and it's been successful overall. I've been to Atlanta Braves Stadium, and it's nowhere near as good as a downtown stadium. Just for the record, just throwing that out there. But my wife helped me find this thing that says Kansas City, like we love Kansas City baseball. I think it's like a movement that they're trying to do, and it is actually by Union Station. And the view would also still be downtown. It would only have to take down one building that is going to be vacant at the beginning of this year, and it already has more than enough parking, and it has the streetcar,
Interesting.
which is free, with multiple stops that you can get to, and you can still build up the district. I'm
Can we
just
plug
saying,
this, please? 'Cause
this
that is-
right here is the best idea for the stadium.
I like
for the
that, actually.
Royals.
I like
you
that.
move it downtown, or it's great. There's a great scenery. It's great for small businesses. Just look at other places that have
no
it.
doubt.
Yeah.
When it comes to Arrowhead, I'm very sorry. Sports is
No,
the
I
place
want
where
to
you
know. Yeah.
can have a strong opinion about things that don't really matter in life. I mean, it really doesn't matter where the Royals play. It doesn't matter where the Cardinals play or the Chiefs. But I will say, my hot take when it comes to like stadiums, stop having domes. Comfortable fans make for a maybe a better viewing experience, but do that at home. If you want to go watch the game, sit in the cold weather, sit in the rain, because you're more
I
engaged
love that
as a
take.
fan.
I love that take. I absolutely love that take.
Goes to a dome, which Kansas tried to do, it sucks. It's boring.
So I thought
People
it
sit
was
down.
going to be like a removable dome.
That's what they talked about originally. It doesn't matter. As soon as you take away the authenticity and
I
the
love that take.
rawness of an older stadium,
Makes
there
sense,
also
yeah.
there will never be like if you sit in the upper deck at Arrowhead or any of these older stadiums, there's not technically there's some really absolutely terrible seats like behind pillars, or there's no bad seats. And Arrowhead's one of those where Hunt family didn't want to have a bad seat no matter how much you paid for a ticket. And so now you can't get away with some of the stuff that they did then, like just the steepness. Like you just can't.
They can't build the stadium. That's what makes it so loud too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they rebuild any of that, all that's lost.
Well, and I know that like the dome reasoning, because I think in order
It's
to
still host a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, you have to have
care.
like that
You don't need that
dome.
here.
I will say some of the plans that they had for the Chiefs like stadium and the fan zone, like that was really cool.
Yeah, they could do more. And I will say they have quite a bit of money. Like,
Yeah.
they can do it.
If we go for that we're going for that three-peat this year.
Look, I completely agree. They need to move the stadium downtown, and I like that.
Just look it up. Dude.
I'll
send you the link. It's
do
great.
it. I
Now,
would sign that petition.
What about
but
the cost of living going up if they move a stadium downtown? Won't that affect the? Because I had a friend that lives downtown too, and she's like, I absolutely do not want this to happen. It'll
It's
affect
paid-
the cost of living.
I don't necessarily agree with that because if you look downtown right now, there's multiple cranes building multiple apartment complexes with more complexes actually being built down there as well. So we have 1 light, 2 light, 3 light. There's also going to be a 4 and a 5, all that kind of stuff. But even outside of that, there's more places to be. There's a lot of regulations when it comes to like Airbnb, short-term rentals. So you can't have people who are buying this and then subleasing it out. You can't do that anymore. Like they've really cracked down on that. So I don't necessarily think that the stadium will increase rent for existing properties because those have a cap on how much they can raise rent.
if anything, I feel like it'd raise property value.
So I'm not disagreeing with her. Her rent's going to go up every year though.
And I will say,
True.
when like the few stadiums I have been to, when they are like downtown in like a surrounded, it is a cooler vibe.
Yeah.
Just overall.
Picture in 2 years. Bobby Witt, Royals, they're in the World Series or they're in a deep playoff run. Playing October baseball, you got your blue hoodie on, all that kind of stuff. The game is downtown. Let's just say, in theory, this is where it's at. But you didn't get a ticket to the game. But guess what? You're going to experience the game with a bunch of other fans. Maybe not Caleb because he doesn't want to talk to people. But you're there, and you're just like, maybe you're in the KC Live area,
Yeah.
or you're just downtown, and it's
P&L.
just everywhere.
P&L would
Yeah.
be sweet.
Way different experience.
P&L
than-
hosts
you're not
it
going to do
now
that here.
anyways, so.
Yeah.
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 You're not going to do it now anyway because you're going to sit in the parking lot. And for anybody that says, "Oh, you're going to be hard to find parking," I just need you to know it's hard to find parking at a Royals game when they're playing the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Red Sox. It's hard to find parking at the Chiefs game. And then to leave the game, it takes an hour anyway. So it's not going to
Yeah.
be. It's going to be better.
We went to
downtown.
the Cardinals Royals the first game when they won.
Dude, takes forever.
It was great. But like we got there, right as the gates opened because there was so many fans and it ended up being sold out.
I'm just
It was
saying.
amazing.
I'm just saying.
No, I like that take. I'm actually interested to look into more about the Stadium by Union Station because that seems like a much better.
Did we already vote that down though?
No,
that
that
was a
was
different
one.
yeah.
That was where the Kansas City Star building is.
I want what's your take on this? So I think the only reason why we're having this discussion at all is because the Chiefs have been so good in the last 5 years.
Well, the
We
lease
would-
is also up in like 4 years.
Yes, and
Okay, is it? Okay,
They've been
so
wanting,
I didn't know that.
They've been
Okay,
wanting
okay,
to
I didn't know that.
split them up.
I did not know that.
I have always kind of been true to where they are now, and I'm like, don't ruin where they're at because they're in such a good location. But I do like.
They're not in a good location though. Like, what is around them? That's the thing. There's nothing around them.
I know, but I get what you mean. Like, not.
I think
like
there's a high boy
city.
over there.
You're from Iowa,
There's a Denny's.
Kansas City.
Anyways,
Like,
I've
there's
been
a
around it
heart
my
to
whole
it,
life,
you know?
and so the thought of it changing,
Yeah.
No,
is
that's fair.
very like I'm like, oh, don't do that because that's what it is to me. But also, I can see some really cool things.
Hey, Des
happening.
Moines has a AAA for the Cubs,
But-
and you know where their stadium is? Downtown.
But do you guys have any more
awesome.
questions?
Nah,
You wanna
I thought
ask
this was
anything?
Great.
All right, so let's go to our weekly segment.
That's crazy.
So again, this is where we talk about rants. What's it called, Caleb?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Rants, praises, hot takes. So
James kind of already gave his hot take on the stadium. Unless you got something completely different.
I do, but I'm not going to say it.
Why?
oh no, now you have to.
I'm not going to say it.
You can't leave us hanging like
Yeah.
I'm not
that.
going to say it. No.
That's messed up.
We're just gonna sit here and wait, and our producers gonna get
no,
mad.
can't. I think that suburbs are a Ponzi scheme. That's all I'm saying. I was saying they're a Ponzi scheme
Okay.
by some really.
Is this
big
why you stay
person
living
up there.
downtown?
Huh? No. Well, this is before that. Like this is a long time thing.
Suburbs are a Ponzi scheme. So if you see him at church, or just ask him why. We'd love to know. Is there any kind of article that you've read?
I can, if someone asks me outside of this space right here, I will be happy to send you some information.
Suburbs are a Ponzi
And it's
scheme.
not like a website that's like
Created
weird or
by
anything like that. No.
James.
He sends you a 4chan link. Deep web.
A
Quick
quick summary. The United States is a car-dependent world.
car
Like
dependent.
we have completely changed everything in after World War I or whatever. Like everyone had to have a car. So how do I make sure everyone has to have a car? I make suburbs, because if everyone lives downtown, you're not going to have cars. But we've made so much of the economics of the world of the United States revolved around cars, right? Just think about what life looks like differently without cars. And like if everything was
I'd be out of
walkable-
breath.
But if everything was walkable, for one, you'd be used to it. It'd be
true.
normal. Like it wouldn't be weird.
I'd have my
If you had a-
six-pack
if you had
finally.
a subway or a train station or whatever, if you used the bus like that, I'm just saying. So if people flock to these brand new suburbs all the time until eventually it gets too packed, and then they keep flocking further away, so then all the real estate goes there, all the big box stores go there, and then eventually the older suburb gets kind of run down, a little older, a little bit
Like
I
Raytown
don't go here
right now.
anymore. We'll go to the new suburb that's a
Am
little
I
bit further
wrong?
away.
I'm not from here.
just
I don't
saying.
get an opinion.
Ponzi
apparently.
scheme. I gotta look
Interesting.
up what a Ponzi scheme is, but
But wouldn't you?
Sorry.
Sorry. I feel like that's a natural thing because
Because we've made it natural.
no. Because you can't. There's a finite amount of space for people to
Bro,
live.
how many people live in New York City, and then how many people live in the spaces that we deem is finite space in any other city? Like Los Angeles, New York City, both very populated, both set up very differently.
I don't disagree with you. I definitely do not disagree with you on that. But like,
you need to look at his websites and articles that he has
But-
on.
Just saying, man.
no, sure. I
also think that
I'm
we-
not disagreeing
I
with
think
him
people-
about that point. I'm just saying that like, because I'm a person that we don't even live in a big city. Like this isn't a big city, but I mean it's a big city. But like I don't feel like
It's not Chicago.
It's not. Yeah,
yes.
it's not like LA. And I'm like, I don't like living downtown, and I have lived downtown for a year, and I hated it because there's just too many freaking people.
Yeah, and I get
Like-
that. I'm not saying that suburbs are bad. I'm not saying living in suburbs is bad. I'm just saying that they are actually a Ponzi scheme that we buy into.
Interesting. It's an interesting. I would like
need
to see your
this
articles.
research. This is like a high school project that you did, and then you were like, you know what? This makes so much sense.
Ben, you got any hot takes or anything this
You
week?
got a hot take, Ben?
No, my rant is that my grandpa agrees with Caleb that Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, regular diet, zero, they all taste the same.
That's
so,
right.
Grandpa, get better taste buds.
Well, and
Did your grandpa have COVID? Like maybe it's a taste bud thing.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
well, I was
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe they taste differently, but what I'm saying is maybe they taste differently, not
Oh,
not
now
by a
he
lot.
changes.
Not by a lot, but what I'm saying is for the most part, like if I ask for, hey, can I get a Coke? And they say it's Pepsi, okay? Yes.
Well, yes.
That's different.
That
That's
you
completely
said-
different than what you're saying.
Because
You
it
said
tastes
Dr.
the
Pepper
same.
too, though.
Yeah, if
And
I
no
said,
one's
can
ever
I
gonna
get a
say,
Coke?
"Can I get a Coke?" Sorry, I only got Dr. Pepper. No one
That's
ever
fine.
says that.
That's fine. I could order a Coke and they say we only got ginger ale. That's fine. Like
They don't taste the same.
it's all the same. It's all the same.
I'm struggling to comprehend some of the things that you just said.
Doesn't matter.
So for me, I was just gonna talk about. So this actually happened, I think, Friday. So I was at work. I had to borrow my wife's car because my car was a wreck, and I had to pick up someone from work because
You got in a wreck?
No, my car's just a mess right now.
Oh, okay.
I work out of my car. I didn't have time to clean it, so I said, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna need to get your car."
You deal with the disaster.
No, she wasn't going anywhere. So I had to pick up the car because I was gonna have to pick up my manager. We were going to a meeting. So I go to Quick Trip and like, oh, we need gas, and I was like, let me go ahead and get some wipes and I'll clean it up. You know, it wasn't really dirty, but I went ahead and, you know, someone else get in your car, you have to, you know. So I go in, get the wipes, get a sandwich, get a drink, everything. Start cleaning on the passenger side. There's a point to this story. And shut the door, go around. The driver's side's locked. Go around to the other side. I locked myself out of my car. And we have no other keys to this car. My phone and my work phone was in the car and my wallet. You talk about not having a car.
Rough.
Literally, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. So obviously, I go inside and I'm like, embarrassed. I was like, I need to use your phone. They hand me a wireless landline, right? We've
You don't
used
know any
them.
numbers.
You may have not used them.
I've definitely used them. I've used the corded ones too. I've even used a rotary phone. Thank you.
Well, I'm proud
Your
of
first
you.
baseball
You went to a
memory was
museum.
2006. That's all he's saying.
I mean,
Well,
touche.
But what's funny is I had this moment because growing up, that's what we used all the time. So I started dialing. Well, you have to go slower on those phones. So then I had to delete numbers. I couldn't figure out how to delete the numbers off there. It was a whole mess.
Do you know how I
Then
memorized
I called my wife twice because I'm like, she's not going to answer the first time because it's not a number she don't know. I'll immediately call a second time. No answer. I was pretty short in that voicemail. I was like, hey, Julia, this is your husband, Levi. I'm stranded at Quick Trip.
No, she doesn't know.
I know, but in that moment, I was like, he needs some milk. That's what. Anyways, I will say shout out to the Grain Valley Quick Trip. I think he was the manager. He got me a card for a tow truck company, and they came and unlocked my car like real fast, and it was free, and it was. I made the meeting without the manager.
I actually memorized I memorized my parents' phone numbers based off the dial tones on a handheld landline.
Well, I'm glad I knew her number by heart.
Yeah.
Because there's not many numbers I know by heart. Hers is luckily one of them. Or else I would have been calling 911.
I still remember it.
That's
hum
my
it.
little
Every time.
story.
That is crazy. But that's also another reason why I answer every phone call. Like every number, if it's unknown, I answer it.
Do you play with the people that are like...
I wouldn't say I play with them, but I lie. Like, hey, are you a registered voter? Nah, I'm in jail. If it's like, hey, this is so and so calling for so and so, are you the decision maker in the house? Nah, I'm 17, dude. Like every answer like that they're looking for, like to like see if I'm a good candidate for that. I'd say I try to pick the worst thing that I can think of. Usually, I'm in jail or I'm not a registered voter. Works every time.
That's funny.
Like also when I get like people like coming like door to door salesmen, hey, are you here? I'm just house sitting, and they go, oh, okay, great.
Mine is always I rent.
I say I'm house sitting, and they
I had
always
a
leave.
coworker when Jehovah's Witness would come over, and they'd say we'd like to offer you help or something, and she'd like, okay, come on, let's start cleaning. Like she'd invite them in to clean and stuff, and then they'd leave.
Oh,
But so my hot take though is
Sorry.
this has to do with James's Ponzi scheme with suburbs. I feel like when your neighbor cuts their grass first, that feels a little disrespectful.
how is that to do with it?
Like when I walk outside and I see my neighbors have cut their grass, I'm like, that was kind of rude of you to do that without like letting me know so I can get out and cut mine too. Like, cause now
What, you just want to be like, hey neighbor?
no, cause now
American
I look like
dream
the
over
bad.
here.
I look like the bad neighbor. Cause
You know
like,
you know what that would take? Him talking to you.
But I've seen
yeah.
your yard. You have a nice yard. I don't think you
it's
have to
very
worry about
manicured.
that.
It is manicured.
Yeah, you take care of it really well.
You
I
take
think
care of it
they-
like someone that
saying.
has no friends.
No, I didn't know about that.
He's not wrong.
I mean, you best friends with your lawn, bro.
I am. I got a lot of
You
product.
do have a very
doesn't
nicely
talk
manicured
back.
lawn. I'm not even gonna lie.
I will say disrespectful would be like super early in the morning or like
I don't care about none of that.
super late at night.
I just
Okay,
hate,
what's
like,
a good starting time on a Saturday morning?
8 a.m.
yeah.
If it's really hot, 8's fine. I know it's 10.
8 a.m. Like
You live downtown. What do
I've
you
asked
know?
people before, like, hey, what's like
You don't
what's
have a
what's
yard.
a
Up there on the
disrespectful
curbs.
time to like cut your grass? And anything before 8 a.m. is disrespectful. I
I
just
tell
hate
you
when I
anything
like I
before
walked
8
out today and my neighbor had cut his grass and I was like, rude, because now my lawn looks a little unkempt. I'm like, dang it. Now I gotta cut mine in response to him.
What you need to do is look 2 houses down because I've seen some of your neighbors' yards.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's all we got though.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show.
Thank you guys for coming on.
for having us.
Again, for a sports episode, I knew we needed some professionals.
Hey, we're doing a part 2 on this one. We're not gonna have Ben and James back, but we're gonna do a part 2 on
Well,
that.
James back.
That stinks.
We'll definitely
I
have
feel
James.
like that was more of a roast on me.
But I will say, don't forget
Your
to
earliest
check
sports memory
out.
is 2006. We can't have you back for a part 2.
Okay, time out. Hang on.
We'll
We're-
save it
we're
for part
done.
2.
Hey,
I will
thanks for
say,
watching.
thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to check out James' podcast, the W Sports Podcast. Check it
I
out
was
on
gonna
YouTube.
tell James to tag it himself. Like, James, like, promote your own stuff.
Oh yeah, the tagline is "You just gotta listen." We're usually right after it actually happens. Just like, oh, we should have listened. Exactly.
There
The
we
W
go.
Sports Podcast.
All right.
There you go.
I like
that.
that.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Hey, now we got to come on the W Sports Podcast.
What are you gonna talk about?
I don't know.
Pickleball.